Welcome back to a new Chopin talk. Thank you for following the competition online, and not only, of course. It's really a great pleasure to have here 5 fantastic pianists from our competition and our fantastic Vito translating from to Chinese. I'm Alessandro Tommasi.
I'm NAOMI KUDO, and thank you so much, everybody, for your beautiful performances. It was such an inspiration to us all. Please introduce yourselves to our audience.
Hello everyone, I'm YUCHONG from China.
Hello everyone, I'm Shun Tie from China.
Hello everyone, I'm Sarah TUAN from the United States.
Hello everyone, I'm Stephan representing both Canada and China.
Hi everyone, I'm Victoria, I'm from Canada.
So we have this right question we try to do every time, which is also to understand how you fell in love with Chopin music. And so we would really like to know your first impression, the first time, if you can remember, that you listened to Chopin music or that you played a piece by Chopin, or that when you remember when you fell in love with his music. So we can start with Victoria.
Well, for me, actually, Chopin was one of the first composers I ever played, actually. I started with his pieces very early on with his smaller waltzes and nocturnes, so I think it was always, his music was always sort of part of my musical background, musical language, I guess. So yeah, he has always been a part of me.
Yeah, for me, I think, I started piano pretty late actually, so I think I started when I was like 8, okay. So which is like, I think relatively...
Not so
no,
late.
You're here
really?
performing in the Chopin.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, but anyways, I think I listened to Chopin's music first, like before I actually got the chance to play it. So, well, I think it was a birthday present from my grandfather who gave me a CD recording of the complete Chopin nocturnes performed by Chinese pianist Fu Cong. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I was just immediately drawn by the poetic and the amazing effects of Chopin's music. So yeah, I think that kind of started my journey with getting to know Chopin. Yeah.
And you, Sarah?
For me, when I first started learning piano, like when I was around 5, I stumbled across Chopin's Fantasy Impromptu.
Okay.
And I was so obsessed with it. And I just listened to it like for the entire day. And then I started getting more acquainted with other Chopin pieces. And I think the first piece I played was the Minute Waltz, which I think a lot of kids start out with. But then, you know, Chopin's music is just so wonderful and everyone loves it so much. So I just started diving deeper and deeper. And now Chopin is definitely my favorite composer.
Fantastic. Well, you're in the right place then.
Yes, I am.
Okay, so I think the Chopin's music will be my part. It will be my part life of me. So the first time I contacted Chopin's music is maybe I think when I was born. Yes, because my mom always buy many CDs or very old. How to say that thing is yes, maybe that thing. And there's always Chopin's music in my home, and then so I remember I will always listen to the Nocturne by Rubinstein, and
Not bad.
The Waltz, even the Scherzo Ballad. This is all there. So for now, I was really excited so I can join the competition and to perform to the audience in Warsaw.
Of course.
Yes.
And what about you, Yuchong?
I started to play the piano when I was 4. When I first started playing the piano, I didn't get a chance to play any Chopin's music. But after a few years, I got a chance to learn one of the easier etudes assigned by my former teacher, actually. It was Opus 25, number 2, I still remember. And but during the early years of my piano learning, I had a lot of chance to listen to a lot of Chopin's recordings because my parents are all musicians. There were Moisevich and Rubinstein's recordings at my home, and my parents are always playing them at anytime. But the very first Chopin piece that I really fell in love with, it was when I was around 9 or 10. I was listening to Christian Zimmermann's recording of Chopin's Piano Concerto No. 1.
Oh,
And,
the one where he also conducts?
No, not
The one with Giulini?
no, actually the one with him conducting.
Okay.
Conducting.
Polish Festival Orchestra, yes.
And then I fell in love with the piece because it was actually the very first few times that I got to hear a piano concerto with an orchestra. And I felt that this piece is so powerful, and I wished I could play it someday.
Someday, and here especially.
Oh, well.
Well.
Both of you mentioned actually one legendary pianist, of course, Arthur Rubinstein.
Yeah.
And there, not just we have so many beautiful recordings, but there's also some video footage of him actually playing here in this hall.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering, the rich legacy, the history of this competition, especially associated here in Philharmonic Hall. How did it feel to finally, play on this stage? Did you feel comfortable? Was it stressful? A lot of emotions.
For me, I would say that it's a complicated feeling. Indeed, I feel a lot of stress from the stage, from the event, because you're aware of the fact that a lot of legendary pianists has presented herself on the stage and left us precious gifts from their playing, from their music making. But at the same time, I felt that it's also a strength for us, for me, to carry on, to carry on their legacy and to keep inspiring the others in the world.
There's like a spirit.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And what about you, Sarah? Do you feel the spirit of the whole?
I think if you look back on the stream when I came out, I just had this expression of uncontrollable surprise and joy, because I had prepared for this event and I had tried to ground myself, telling myself, okay, it's time to go on stage, but then I stepped out and it was just pure joy, and I was so excited to get on there and to present my music, and I'm aware that so many legends have been here, and I think that's why it feels so amazing to be on there, because there definitely is an energy and a spirit on that stage that you can't really get in some other places, and it's all very unique.
Of course. Also because we are in the capital city for Chopin's culture, we can say. And Victoria, do you think that being here at the Chopin competition, did you manage already to understand a bit better Chopin's music? Like staying here, living in the city. I know you don't have much time to go visiting museums and stuff, but playing in this hall and, of course, just living in this Chopin atmosphere.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this is the heart of Chopin. Also literally, his heart is in Warsaw. But yeah, definitely. Like Sarah was mentioning, when I walked on the stage and you look back at the stream, I actually had this big smile on my face when I got in the hall. I just couldn't. It was a big smile because I'm like, wow, I'm here. And even though I didn't get time to explore much this time, but during the preliminary in July, right after I played, actually, I went to the Chopin Park, the monument, and I went to see a lot of places. And just because I felt so inspired being here and just seeing, feeling and absorbing the history and just admiring everything from the architecture to just Warsaw. And yeah, it's just it's so special to be here.
course.
Stefan, how did you feel playing on the
Well, I
stage?
think I really relate to Victoria and Sarah about this because, well, I thought like I'd be like super stressful when I walk on stage, but you know, I just felt the entire environment was really friendly for some reason.
Did you
I
feel it
felt
also from the audience, like this kind of?
Yeah, for sure, absolutely. Because I don't think it's like here it's not. I mean, compared to other places that I've performed before, like where I'd usually feel like cold or like nervous, not like physically cold or whatever, but like it's
No, of
more
course.
of like a feeling, like emotionally. But here, like I didn't feel that at all. So yeah, I felt super fortunate to just be able to come here to play and you know like present myself to the audience and everything and hope.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes, and speaking about being fortunate and lucky to be here, Shunshin, was it difficult to come here? I mean, especially because of all the pandemic situation already for the preliminary round in July. How was it to go out to come to Warsaw? Was it the first time that you were traveling in July for the preliminaries?
No, my first time to come to Warsaw was in 2017.
Okay.
And at that time, I go to the Chopin's hometown, you know, the
Narodowa.
Yes, I be to do a concert in there. And this July is the second time. This is the third. So, and I really like Warsaw. So I think maybe after this time, I will come again. So, yes.
With more time to visit the city.
Yes.
And I also wanted to ask you, what do you think about the food? Do you have the chance to eat?
Oh, yeah, the food. Yes, I ate the Polish dumpling.
Yes?
It's like that. Yes, that's
Pierogi,
really nice. And
I suppose.
and the breakfast in the hotel. And I think this is really nice. This is many bread and
Yes, they have
sauce.
big important
Yes,
breakfast here.
many kinds of it, and it's really delicious. But the first time I came here, you know, when the 2017, I don't know, you know, in China we always eat the different breakfast in China. So when I first time came here, and this is full of bread, but
It's one but bigger.
yes, it's bigger. But this time I come to Warsaw is better, and I can be, you know, like all the like environment or something. I will feel very comfortable. So this is the
Actually, that's something I think quite important. Food.
Yes, we
You know,
have
you
not
bring it up because I
spoken too
feel
much about
like
it.
you know, at an environment like this, or also when you're traveling and we're performing, you know, so many factors change, and we have to adjust. There's jet lag. There's travel. There could be, you know, you miss a layover, or your luggage doesn't arrive, or terrible things. You don't have your concert attire. But food is also a really important thing because it's a nourishment for our bodies, our minds, and sometimes when you're not used to certain foods, you know, you lose that energy. It kind of the core that sustains you. Have you had any like I don't know, like I always carry this in my suitcase?
Yeah, you know, the
or-
safety banana in the
or
backpack because
do you
you
have
never know.
any like tips or things you've learned? Yuchong, you've also, you know, we were chatting how you performed beautifully in Moscow, and so you have so much experience also being in different countries.
Yeah. For me, I don't have a specific food in my pocket when I travel, but when I get to a new place, I have a habit. I tend to look for restaurants on different kind of platform like Yelp when I was in the United States, or TripAdvisor, because I really like traveling, and I like discovering food, and it makes me a lot of joy. And as you said, it's a it nourishes your mind,
Yeah,
and your
absolutely.
Have you found out something really good here in Warsaw
yes,
already?
yes. Actually, I noticed that in Warsaw there many Vietnamese restaurants, and I'm a big fan of pho. So
Actually, I was walking down the street really close by, and there are like 5 Vietnamese restaurants. There's a lot
absolutely.
to choose from just on one street. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's
Oh, they're
amazing.
very popular apparently. So.
Yeah, yeah. Sarah, what about you? Any favorite foods or something
Comfort
that keeps you like going on stage for your stamina?
I always pack instant noodles in my suitcase. I think it's delicious and also convenient. And I'm also a huge fan of bubble tea, milk tea. And I was so surprised to find many bubble tea shops here in Warsaw as well, because it's very popular in America. And it's so surprising to see like Asian culture here in Poland
It arrived
as well.
also in Europe since
Yeah.
a little bit, yes.
Yeah. What about you, Sarah? Anything, or even not even food, like rituals. Sometimes, on the day of a performance, you want to get up or you want to nap, or we have different routines, maybe.
Well, I actually used to never really carry anything, but this time actually I brought matcha powder, like green tea powder, with me because because of the jet lag, the time difference.
Okay.
I needed some sort of caffeine, but I used to drink coffee, but afterwards I started to get headaches from it, so I switched to matcha. So yeah, now I bring matcha with me. But in terms of ritual, if I play at night, I try to take a nap even if I don't fall asleep, just so that I'm not like really tired by the end of the day. But and I also try to avoid like dairy on the day off, just because of a really bad experience in the past where I got sick from it right before playing. So
Okay,
yeah.
definitely. And Stephan, speaking about rituals, routine actually, I'm really interested. How does your day at the Chopin competition work? When do you get up? What do you do as first thing? Do you practice? Do you take a walk?
Like I think I did all of that. Yeah, like I think because I'm still kind of jet lagged because I came from Canada this time, so I think I woke up at around 11 in the morning, so that was pretty late, and then I got the practice rooms at the University of Chopin for like 2 hours, and that's what I did. I fully concentrated on like practicing for 2 hours, like without checking my phone or anything like that. And after that, because I played the very last in that day, so I think it became pretty stressful, like in the middle, like afternoon-wise. So then because it usually it helps me a lot with like doing some kind of sports. So I actually went up to the top of the hotel, and there was like a small gym there. So I did a bit of jogging, and yeah, it wasn't that tiring, but I think it really relieved my stress from performing. Then I took a bath and I practiced a little bit more on the keyboard piano that we all have in our hotel rooms, and that was it. I got changed, and yeah. Oh, I forgot. Like I ate. For sure, but like
Okay, of course, yes. We're assuming
that
you
was
ate.
pretty much it. Yeah.
You mentioned you're not checking your telephone. That is also something interesting. Sarah, did you delete Instagram to be more concentrated on the or?
No, actually, I was checking Instagram like the day of my performance, because I think we should treat performances like a normal day to minimize the amount of stress that we have. I think I was still even posting things like up to my performance. I really think it's just very important to make sure you keep your day as normal as possible. And the performance is just, something that happened today. It's nothing
but
big.
If you keep like social media and stuff that like, I don't know, it usually happens to me because like people would be texting me all like bunch of stuff, and all those people who like I haven't been contacting for like years will suddenly show up and be like, oh, good luck today, like hope you play well. So
Do you
it's,
answer them all, or you just?
no, I just delete No, I don't. I delete the app and like download it back afterwards. So yeah.
Well, then you have an excuse. Sorry, I was doing the Chopin competition. So.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
still behind on replying to a lot of people actually.
What about you, Xuan? Do you feel attached with social media or?
It's not something really special because, as for me, I always, when I was ready to come up performing, and I will get up maybe early. Sometimes it will be early, and I will doing with my face and hair and washing it, and after that I will go to practicing and for the finger and to open it and to warm the fingers, and the organizing committee gave us the electronical piano in our room, so that is really convenient and it's really nice. I don't need to go to a very far away to practicing, and they gave me the practicing time in the university. That's in 10 to 12 o'clock. So I'm my competition time, my performing time is the 2 p.m. So this is really nice. I got some time to eat the lunch. Yeah, so, but before I was perform, I always don't eat so much food because that will be let me feel nervous. Yeah, yeah. So, but the breakfast, that's really important.
Yes.
Yes. So yeah, that's all.
That's why you liked Polish breakfast with a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
How do you feel when you're preparing for a competition like this, when actually it's one of the few competitions where everything is by one composer, by Chopin, and you have different types of pieces, but it's still all his language. How do you handle that?
It's very challenging to be able to understand one single composer, but as you said, there are a lot of different genres of his music, and you have to differentiate the genres. A lot of times you have to just do a lot of analysis in your head with the score, and a lot of things your mind gets clear. But other than that, I think the most important thing is to just to feel the music differently, and to get to know the language. For example, mazurka, Polonaise. You have to know what it is before you get to perform it.
And how do you know what it is?
I mean, a lot of people would suggest that I have to dance a mazurka or dance a Polonaise.
Did you?
No, I mean, I'm a terrible dancer, but
Me too.
but I
Don't
think
worry.
there are many ways to do this, not to show my weakness, because I can't dance. But we are all artists. We have imagination, and a lot of times the genre, the language itself, it's really something for you to feel, to imagine, and it's sometimes a mood, an atmosphere for you to feel. For example, mazurkas, the rhythms and the accent, the emphasis of the beats can be standard, but in different mazurkas there are different moods. For instance, there are the more energetic ones. There and on the other hand, there are more melancholic ones. So you just have to know the music and to feel what it is. Yeah.
Absolutely. And I'm sure that when you construct your programs, that you're thinking about this kind of flow that you might have. You don't want to play everything in the same character and show different sides of Chopin.
Yeah.
Sarah, did you have any? What was going through your head when you were building your program?
lot of stuff, I'm sure.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
did you think, oh, pieces I know really well, or there's a piece that I want to learn, so that could be a goal to play in the competition?
Well,
Or-
it consisted of both pieces that I have played before, and also pieces that I really wanted to learn. So I think I put most of the pieces that I knew better in earlier rounds. For example, the Fantasy Opus 49 that I played yesterday in my first round is a piece that I've been working on and studying for quite a while. And although it's endlessly it's an endless journey to really understand it, I do feel very comfortable with it, and I feel happy to present it to everyone. And also the programming order is something very important. I had somebody suggested
You
to me.
started with a double third
Yeah.
etude.
Yes,
Amazing.
my God.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And you ended with the nocturne.
Yeah, so one of my friends suggested to me that maybe ending with the nocturne is actually a very interesting way to end the program. Not every program has to end explosively. Sometimes, drawing in the intimate atmosphere of a program is also very powerful and compelling. And I felt very happy to do it
No,
once in my life.
I really appreciated
Yeah.
that, and I loved it because you're right. I think sometimes we can be preoccupied with having a loud ending so we can get a lot of applause.
Yeah.
But I think that's it's questionable.
Yeah,
It
Yeah,
doesn't
but-
have to be that way. There's no rule. And I think a beautiful, subtle pianissimo ending
Definitely. It's-
could be moving
Yeah.
and much more memorable, actually.
Definitely. It's
Yeah.
always what suits you the most, of course, what you feel more comfortable with. So,
And Stefan, what about you for your repertoire? Did you have?
Well, I think I usually, I mean for like the Chopin competition, especially like because it only consists of repertoire by Chopin. So I think I care more about the narrative in general. So I mean, of course, I'm not gonna learn the complete program like I'm not gonna learn a new program for sure, but it's like I kind of consist them in orders that would be interesting and more consistent, like so it would sound more like a storytelling program. Yeah, so yeah, that's what I.
well, definitely. I mean,
Yeah.
we are always speaking about programming. And Victoria, was there a particular piece that you really wanted to perform at the Chopin competition?
Actually, yes. So one of my favorite pieces by Chopin is the Polonaise Fantasy, and it's actually one of my newest pieces on the program, although it's in the later rounds. But yeah, I really wanted to do that, and even though it was like pretty new, it's like I love that piece so much that I was like, I have to do it. So,
Well,
yeah.
it's not I'd say the most simple piece by Chopin.
Oh no! And actually, a lot of people told me that this piece is like very difficult and like it's hard to But I just wanted to play it, and so I just put it on, and it's just so beautiful. Like the harmonic language, the narrative, everything about that piece.
And what about you, Shunshun? Do you have a favorite piece from your repertoire? Something you can't wait to play or you couldn't wait to learn?
As for me, it's the same. I don't will choose the new program for the competition because this is a really big competition. And but for me, my best pieces of Chopin is his Nocturne. Why I play that the Opus 62 number 1. Yes, this one. I think this is really, it's like telling the story of Poland. Yes, that's when the Chopin go to Paris and he's really missing his home. So I can feel that in this Nocturne. So, but I already played that. Yes, and it's like a gift for me. Yes.
Definitely. And playing this nocturne here in Poland,
Yes.
Did this make you feel closer to it? Did you have the feeling of being?
Of course, yes. The first time I came to Warsaw was in 2017.
Yes.
When that time I haven't been learned about this nocturne, but In 2019, I learned it, and I really want to perform it, and every concert, every performing, I will play this one because this is really nice. Really, let me feel the. This is the home language. It's like a Polish language in it. So this is. Yeah.
Is there, okay, so we've talked about favorite pieces. I'm curious, when the competition is done, is there a piece of music that you can't wait to play, Chopin or non-Chopin, when the next 3 weeks are over? What is going to be on your music stand?
Yes, actually, I was thinking about this question a few days ago.
Okay.
Because after Chopin competition, I will have a concert tour in China, and I will play a completely non-Chopin program.
Okay.
From end of November to December. It will be 2 Schubert sonatas and Liszt B minor sonata.
Wow, which two Schuberts?
Actually, it's Schubert, the small A major one, D6,
6/4, yeah.
and a Wonder Fantasy.
Wow.
And
then the Liszt sonata.
Yes.
Right after the Chopin competition.
Not right after, a month after.
A little bit after.
But regarding new pieces, I want to learn. In terms of Chopin's music, I'm planning to learn all of the 4 ballades. I mean, I played all of them, but I'm planning to make this as a program,
concert program, yes.
as a concert program. And in addition, I want to learn Schubert 960 and Ravel La Tombone de Coupon, and what else? I think
that's a rather long list.
That's a lot of great pieces. But that's why we're so lucky to be pianists. So we have such repertoire.
Yes, my God.
What about you, Sarah? Do you have like a
Are you
to-go
planning
after this, or you're kind of focused?
Yes.
Well, obviously, I'm going to learn some non-Chopin things. I'd like to work on some Beethoven and Schubert and Bach as well. I haven't really decided what I'm going to work on, but I don't know if it's going to happen. But I don't think I can let go of Chopin completely. I would love to learn all the mazurkas actually. I feel it's such an interesting language that I would like to dig deeper into. And I love listening to the mazurkas. I don't know why. It just, they always cheer me up, no matter what happens. So that's on my bucket list.
That's fantastic. And not only speaking about repertoire, but let's go with you, Victoria. What will you do after the Chopin competition?
Well,
Sleep.
Pardon?
Sleep.
Well, yeah, sleep. But I'm not sure actually. In terms of repertoire, I would play some non-Chopin, like Sarah was saying. I definitely want to do some Schubert and maybe Debussy and Ravel. But in terms of Chopin repertoire, I want to finish learning the ballades. So I actually want to learn the complete ballades, all 4. So that's on my list. And in terms of other things to do, I don't know, maybe pick up some of my hobbies that I kind of put aside for this period of time. I used to have hobbies doing watercolor painting or composing, so I might just pick those up for fun again. Because the past month or so, I didn't really have the time to do those things, other things that I love. So yeah, it would be fun to do a lot of other art related things, or even non-art related hobbies.
Oh, that's really interesting. And speaking about hobbies, Stephen, do you have any? Is there something that you could not do because of the preparation of the competition that you're really looking forward to start doing again? Like, I don't know, playing some sport, for example.
Yeah, basketball.
Yeah.
Because I've been missing out for 2 months now. So
I would
been some
imagine
time.
because basketball is a little bit
I know.
dangerous for your fingers.
So you just have to be
Very
extremely
careful.
careful.
Yeah.
But do you play in a proper team?
Well, I used to play in my high school team back when I was doing high school in Canada, and then but I think I have a lot of friends who are pianists who love to play basketball.
Yeah, and live a
You
risky
just have
life.
to be super careful.
Do you have a favorite team or home team?
Well, I'm from Toronto, so maybe go Raptors.
Okay,
Yeah.
I see.
What about sports, Yuchong? Do you follow it?
Yes, I'm a big fan of sports. Same as Stefan. I watch NBA and I also watch Champions League, soccer, Champions League in Europe. My favorite team is Los Angeles Lakers, and my favorite NBA star was Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. And other than that, I also play basketball.
Okay.
But probably not as good as Stefan.
But
So actually, maybe tonight or tomorrow, we can arrange a basketball game.
There's
Yeah?
a free day.
places
You
you
have a
before,
free day, yes.
yeah, before you have to play your second round, we can do a little
I'd be down, like, honestly.
Chopin match.
Fine. That sounds good.
Yeah,
Would be
maybe-
fantastic.
I'm sure the institute can arrange a basketball court somewhere in Warsaw.
I'm
yeah.
definitely.
Must
I'm
be a
definitely.
trip.
Actually, I saw a basketball court right behind Stanway.
Ah.
Oh, really?
Salon.
Was it on
Really?
TripAdvisor? You found?
No. No, I saw that from the practice room.
Oh, I see. Wow. You
It
have
will
a
actually
long
be great.
binoculars or something. Well, thank you everybody so much for sharing your time and your experiences, your thoughts. It was a lot of fun.
Yes,
And
really.
congratulations. We cannot wait for your next performances. So congratulations.
Thank you.
And thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
joining
Thank you for
us
having
today.
us.
Thank you.
Sponsorem programu jest PKN Orlen, mecenas 18. Międzynarodowego Konkursu